Good evening, everyone. So, welcome back to the session. I think for the online, I hope my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm in chat box whether I'm audible or not? Online, are you able to hear me? Okay, fine. So, we can start now. So, before going for today's concept, let's recap the last session. I think all of you know last session, right? In last class, what we discussed about? Branches. What is a branch? Branch is a individual line of developing the code, correct? Fine. So, whenever if developer want to write the code, first of all, you need to create the branch, correct or not, sir? Fine. So coming to the branches, what is the default branch in Git? Master. Okay, fine. So what is the command to create a branch? Git branch and name of the branch. What is the command to list the branches? Git branch only Git branch. Fine. And next thing is gonna be, what is the command to switch from one branch to another branch? Git checkout, correct. And one more thing is a class flexible for all of you. Don't worry, tomorrow we'll try to change. Okay, so why? Because till now we don't know the exact count now. That is the reason we have gone for like this class only. But from tomorrow, there will be one more class in the 4th floor. Okay, so we can go for that class. We have gone for the initial demo session. If you remember, same class we can go. It's only for today. Don't worry about it. And what is the command to create and to switch a branch at the same time? Git checkout -b and name of the branch. Fine. Okay. So now in today's session, we are going to speak about the concept called Git fork and Git clone. Okay. So I'll go and explain them. But before that, sir, initially developers write the code on their local laptop. Correct or not, sir? After writing the code on the local laptop, where they are going to send the code? To the GitHub. So let me connect to the console here. Sir, for example, developer wrote the code on the local laptop, but unfortunately here he lost his local laptop. Unfortunately, he lost the local laptop. In the last class, we seen how developer write the code in the .git and how he can push the source code to the GitHub. Now, unfortunately, due to some condition, he lost his laptop. Now, what exactly will happen? He will lose the code also. Why? Because he doesn't have the laptop and he will lose the code also. But in this case, we need not to worry about anything. Why? Because even though if he lost the laptop, the code is still on the from the GitHub to our local laptop, we can get the code. Sir, how this can be possible means with the help of the concept called Git clone concept. Which concept? So the first concept of today's session is gonna be, what is Git clone? Git clone is nothing but if you want to download the entire repository from GitHub to your local laptop. Okay, from GitHub to your. So in that case, you can use the concept called Git clone. Let me go and tell you. But before that, if you want to perform any action on Git, you need to install Git itself. What is the command to install Git? Yum install git -y. So if you install the Git, okay, now here you want to get the source code. Sir, in the last session, already if you go and check in the GitHub, there is a user called like A. Shavani. So she is having the repository called Paytm. So this is the last class repository where we host the source code. Currently, if you can go and check, is my entire source code present on this repository or not, sir? Now currently tell me, where is the source code? Is it on Git or is it on GitHub? GitHub. Now in my laptop, do I have the code? No. Why? Because I lost my entire laptop. So I doesn't have any code. In this case, if you can click on the code, if you click on the drop down, are you seeing the HTTPS URL? Copy this URL. After copying this URL, go to your server and give the command git clone, and you need to give the repository URL. See, again, how to copy this repository URL is very, very easy. If you go to the browser, in the browser, you can see the code here. What you can see here? In the drop-down section, HTTPS, whatever the URL you are seeing, just copy the URL and paste it on the terminal. Now, if you hit enter, automatically the repository will come to the local itself. If you can go and give the LL, are you able to see the repository here? What is the name of the repository? CD Paytm. And give LL. Are you seeing the file one here? Are you seeing file one or not? Now, if you go and check, is the file one present here or not? That's it. Give me a second online. Okay. So sorry for the sorry for the inconvenience. So from tomorrow onwards, I said now. So class is gonna be changed only for today. Please try to adjust. So if you can go and see here, you can see the repository called Paytm. Are you seeing the file one here? Now in the repository also you can see the file one here. But what about the remaining branch? Sir, if I go and give the command git branch, how many branch I'm having here? Master. But here, sir, if I want to get the DTH branch, what I can do? By default, whenever if you clone any repository, all the branches will come, but it won't visible by default. In that case, what you can put is, so if I can go and give the command git checkout DTH. Are you able to switch to DTH here? Now, if I give LL, are you seeing DTH files or not, sir? And give the command git checkout movies. You can see the movies files, correct? Next, give the command git checkout train. Are you able to see train files now here? And give the command git checkout. Finally, recharge. Are you able to see recharge files here? Now give the command git branch, which is to list all the branches. By default, whenever if you fork the repository will come with the default branch only. But if you switch to the other branches, then only you can be seeing the remaining branches in the console. So this is the concept what we can call as git clone concept. Which concept? Git clone. What is the purpose of using the git clone is very simple. The main purpose of using the git clone command is to download the repository from GitHub to local. So this is what I have written here. Let me show you. So here, git clone main purpose is to download the code from GitHub to local. That means GitHub is the remote repository and Git is the, you can call it is to download the code from GitHub to Git, or you can call it is to download the code from remote to local. And the command will be git clone and name of the URL what you want to clone. Okay. So in our case, we cloned the username called Shravani. But in your case, the username will be your name. Is it clear for all of you? So this is the way how you can copy the source code from GitHub to Git itself. Now tell me one thing, sir, even though if we lost the laptop, we can able to get the code or not, sir? That means is using the GitHub is an advantage or not? Why? Because whether if your code is on local or not, it doesn't matter. Once you put the code on GitHub, that means if you push the branch, okay, so from wherever and whenever, if you want the code, you can access it. That's it. And the next concept will be Git fork concept. Which concept? Sir, Git clone and Git fork are quite opposite. What is the purpose of Git clone? To download the code from GitHub to Git itself. But Git fork is to download the code from one GitHub account to. That means if you want to copy the code from GitHub to local, Git clone. No, sir, I want to copy the source code from GitHub to GitHub. That means from one account to another account. So in that case, you can use the concept called fork concept. For example, let's see. Currently, I'm on which user account here? What is the user account here? Shavani. For example, now there is a user called DevOps by Raham or Raham Sheikh. It is my username only. For example, if I go in, if I click on search here, okay, remove the entire lines here and give the username called Raham Sheikh 007. What is the username? Raham Sheikh 007. So in that username, if you can go and see, in the user section, are you seeing user one? Now click on this user. Now this particular user is having lot of repositories. Now if you go to the repositories, there is a repository called all setups. Which repository? Now Shravani want to download this repository to her GitHub account. Okay, she want to download this code from my account to her account. In that case, are you seeing the fork option here? The moment if you go and click on fork, automatically, if you click on create fork, the particular code, whatever is presenting on my account, the same code is going to copy to Shravani account now. Now, if you go to Shravani account, in the Shravani account, if you go for your repositories, are you able to see all setups here? This all setups is for code from Raham Sheikh user. Which user? Now Shravani can use this code and she can modify whatever she wants. So this is the concept of Git fork. Again, one more time, Git clone is to download the source code. Again, Git fork is also to download the source code. But what is the difference? Clone will download the code from GitHub to Git. But if you go for the fork, it is going to download the code from one GitHub account to another GitHub account. So like this in future days, while I'm explaining the project, so if you want to practice the project on your system, first of all, you need to fork it. Is the concept clear for all of you? So this is the difference between Git clone versus Git fork. So definitely it is going to be one of the interview question for all of you. What is the question means? How can you differentiate between clone versus fork? Now tell me the answer. Clone is to download the source code from GitHub to Git, but fork is to download the code from one GitHub account to another GitHub account. Now, is the concept of cloning and forking clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm, is the concept of clone and fork clear for all of you or not? You can ping me on comment section online. Okay, clear. Now you might get it out. Sir, for example, you might get it out. Sir, for example, currently you are working in a company. Huh? In your company, you are working on the project called Amazon. In Amazon project, right? For example, whatever the code you are using on your company, can I download to my local laptop now? No RS? No. How many of you say no? Raise your hands. Only few. And yes? None of you. Huh? Basically here, what is the meaning of clone here? You can download the source code from GitHub to local. For example, in my company, developers are pushing the source code from their local laptop to GitHub. Now from this GitHub, for example, if you have a laptop, it is your laptop. Now, if you want to get the source code, you can clone or not, sir? Of course, you can clone, but it is not going to happen. Why? Because see, this cloning and forking concept will be working for public repositories. Which repositories? But in real time, you are going to work with private repositories. That means people cannot able to see your source code. So both cloning and forking will be limited to only the public repositories. Sir, for example, I want to clone the private repository or I want to fork the private repository. Is it possible? Of course, it is possible. With the help of the proper authentication, we can clone the private repos and we can fork the private repos also. Okay, but by default, cloning and forking will be applicable for which kind of repos? Public repos. Again, what is public repo and private repo? Already we seen in last session. Tell me the difference between public repository versus private repository. Public repository means everybody from the internet can see our source code. Private repository means nobody can see the source code. Is a clear difference between public and private? Clear for all of you know? Great. Here I am writing the difference between them. Public repo. Public repo means source code will be visible from public repo. Okay. That means instead of this one, source code, let me correct this one. Source code will be visible from internet. Okay. But for private repositories, source code will be restricted from the internet. That means you can type here hidden also. What I can type here? Hidden. Is the difference between public and private clear for all of you now? Fine. So for practical purpose, you can use public, but for real time, you are going to use private. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you how to work with the private repos also. Okay, fine. So the next concept will be here, git merge concept. Which concept? Sir, forgot about git merge. What is the meaning of merging? Combining two files. Forget about files and everything. The general meaning of merging is nothing but to adding. What is the meaning of merging? Adding. So in the concept of git, the git merge can be called as it is to merge the files between from one branch to another branch. Guys, here for example, if you can go and check, as per this diagram, so once developer write the code, they will push the source code to GitHub. Of course, you know this one. But how many developers I'm having here? 4 developers. How many branches they are having now? 4 branches. But at the end of the day, all these developers are going to add the source code to the single branch only. Why? Because if I have 100 developers, I cannot go and check 100 branches. At the end of the day, I want to check the source code from single branch only. Which branch? Single branch. That is called as master. Which one? In some cases, it can be called as main branch. In some cases, that can be release branch. Or in some cases, that can be some any other branch. It can be hotfix. Or it can be like QA branch. Depends. Of course, we have the branching strategy concept, which I'm going to explain on later sessions. But now, as of now, so at the end of the day, we are going to review the source code from single branch only. Which branch? That is called as master. Which one? But sir, currently, if you can go and see in my GitHub, if I go to the master branch, okay, if I go to the master, currently in master, I'm having only file 1. What I'm having? Now I want to get the source code of movies branch to the master branch. Why? Because the manager want to review the source code from master branch only. In this case, I can clearly show that my movie source code is a movies branch only. But I want to review the source code from which branch? Master. Why? Because at the end of the day, all the developers we need to push the source code to single branch itself. Now, how can you combine the files between 2 branches? The command is git merge and the name of the branch. What is the name of the branch? The moment if I hit enter, previously how many files you are having? 1. But after merging the movies branch, now I can see LL, am I getting movie source code or not, sir? You can check the list of the files that I have added from movies to the master. Sir, in the same way, for example, I want to merge the train source code from train branch to master. Now, can you tell me the command? Git merge. What is the name of the branch? So in train branch, which code we have? Train code only, right? Hit enter. Now if I give LL, are you seeing train branch now? I mean like train source code. You can see the list of files that I have merged from train branch to the master. Sir, in the same way, I want to merge the DTH code. Which code I can use? Git merge DTH. That means the major agenda of merge is to combine the files between two branches. Correct or not, sir? But instead of merge, I can use something called as rebase. What I can use? If I use rebase, if I give LL, sir, am I getting DTH files or not, sir? Previously, you are telling the merge command will merge the files from one branch to another branch. But now which command I am telling now? That means both are doing same action or not, sir? So both the merge command and rebase command use it to do the same work. Purpose of merge is to add the files from one branch to another branch. But the same concept can be applicable for the rebase also. Which one? Rebase. Now, finally, I want to add one more branch to my master. So I want to merge the files from recharge branch to master. Now, can you tell me the command? Git rebase or merge. Anything is fine, but I'm using rebase here. Recharge. Now, if I give LL, are you seeing the recharge source code or not, sir? So this is the way how exactly you are going to add the files from one branch to another branch. Either you can use git merge or either you can use git rebase. But sir, you might get a question. Sir, here merge and rebase, so like it is doing the same work, but what is the difference between them? You might get it out. So it is also going to be one of the interview question for you. What is the difference between merge versus rebase in the Git itself? See, Git merge will be applicable for the public repositories. Which repositories? But Git rebase we can use for private repos too. And next one, merge will store the history. Merge will store what? That means how many files you have merged, how many commits are there, okay? How many number of logs we have fetched, everything we can store in Git merge, but rebase will not store the entire history. Second difference. Third one will be merge command will show the file. See, whenever if I use the command git merge, am I able to see the number of files I'm merging or not, sir? But if we go for the rebase concept here in rebase, it is showing number of files or not? Is it showing? It won't show. So these will be the primary differences between merge versus rebase. Again, I'll explain one more time for you. Both git merge as well as git rebase will be used to merge the files from one branch to. Why we need to merge the files from one branch to another branch? Why? Because at the end of the day, developers need to send the source code to single branch. Initially, they will write the source code on their own branch only. But finally, all the source code we need to put on single branch only. Due to that purpose, we are going to use the concept of merging or rebasing. Merge and rebase will do the same thing. But coming to the primary differences here, merge will be applicable for public and rebase will be for private. And merge will store the history and rebase will not store the entire history. And merge can show the number of files we are merging, but rebase will not show the files. So is the difference between merge versus rebase clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm, is the merge versus rebase clear for all of you or not? Akhil, if it is a branch, definitely you can merge the files. Okay. Hope it is clear for you. Yeah. Same files. Like in previous branch also you have the same files. For example, in movies branch, I merge the source code from movies to master. But still in movies branch, you have the movies code. But still in the train branch, you have the train code. Let me show it practically for you. See, I merged the movies branch to the master. So if I go and check, git checkout, movies. So still you can see the movie source code here. Are you able to see in here now? That's it. Is it clear for you now? Yep. Again, I'll be going to the master here. Fine. So now here, There is the ultimate question for all of you. The question will be source code I merged from my local repo. I merged the local branches. It is my .git. .gits can be called as local repo. But is the changes going to replicate to GitHub here? Currently, I done the source code changes on the Git only, but I want to see these changes on the GitHub. By default, whatever the changes you apply on the Git, it will stay on Git only. And whatever the changes you apply on GitHub, these changes will be limited to GitHub only. If you change something on Git, that won't replicate to GitHub, and vice versa. If you change something on the GitHub, it is not going to replicate to the Git. But here now my question is, sir, you shown us how to merge the source code from one branch to another branch, but same thing I want to do on my GitHub. Is it possible? Now, see, if you go to your GitHub, click on your repositories. In your repositories, you can go for Paytm. Here you can see by default, I'll be on master branch. Which branch? So in the master branch, how many files I can see? One file. Now, what is my requirement? I want to merge the movies code here. Of course, you merge it on the local, but is the local changes going to replicate here? No. For example, if I want to merge the branches in GitHub, how you can show us? Concept is again very easy. So here, if you want to merge the source code, like merge the branches from one branch to another branch, in GitHub, you have a concept called PR. What is the name of the concept here? PR. This can be called as pull request. What do we call as? Guys, remember, if you go to the real world, like in the organization, they won't tell it is pull request. They will call it as PR only. So you need to be comfortable with the shortcuts and with the actual names. So that is the reason I'm telling you both shortcuts and actual. So PR stand for what here? Pull request is nothing but merging the branches in the GitHub. So if you go to the notes also, in the notes, I mentioned the same thing. In GitHub, we use the pull request to do the merging. So now how to do the pull request? It is very easy concept. Currently in your console, tell me where you are seeing the pull request there. Are you able to see pull request there? Where you are able to see? On the top right. So you can go and see code, issues, pull request. Click on the pull request. Now in the pull request section, you can go and click on new pull request. Sir, I want to merge. See, here you need to give two branches. I want to merge movies branch with the master. So you need to select the branch. Which branch you want to merge to the master? So here I'm merging which branch here? To which branch? So in the right side, you need to define the branch you want to merge. In right side, what you need to define? Branch you want to merge. In the left side, you need to check with which branch you are merging. So here you can select the branches here. Now it is going to tell that, sir, for movies to master, we have one commit difference. And how many files are difference we are having? And in the movies branch, developer one got committed. In the last day, you can see committed on the yesterday. Now after that, click on create pull request. Now here you can write some description why you are merging the files, but description is not mandatory. You can leave it as of now. So click on create pull request. Then after that, here you can go. It is going to check for merging. Can I merge these branches or not? After checking, now I can click on merge pull request, and finally I can click on confirm merging. Now once merging is done, if I go back to the code, let me go to the code here. Previously, you are having only file one. But now, are you seeing the movie source code here? How this is possible with the help of the pull request? With the help of what? Pull request. Now again, I'll explain this one more time for you. Sir, this time, I want to merge the train source code to the master branch. Train source code is on which branch? Train branch. I want to merge with the master. So whenever if you want to merge the branches from the GitHub, which concept you're going to use? Pull request. So click on pull request, click on new pull request. Sir, in the right side, which branch you want to select? Train branch, correct. So select the train branch. After selecting the train branch, it is going to tell, sir, for train branch to master, we have one commit difference and we have 5 files difference. You can see the file name also. These are the file names. What is the difference between the two branches? After seeing them, click on create pull request. Now again click on create pull request. Now automatically it is going to try to merge. Is it merging now? Once it is done, now again click on merge pull request and finally click on confirm merge. Now you can go to the code here. Are you able to see the train code or not, sir? Previously, do you have train code? But how you got it now? We have done with the help of pull request. So is the concept of pull request clear for all of you know? Everyone. Online, can you please confirm, is the pull request clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm in chat box? Okay, clear. Now tell me one thing. The process of creating the pull request is easy or difficult? Easy, yeah? Sure. Basically, I thought of saying one shortcut for all of you, but you said it is easy, na? So no need is a shortcut, right? No, Abhi you said like it is very easy. You don't say it, huh? So whenever if it is easy, no need of saying the shortcut. So directly we can skip the shortcut and go for the next concept. No, no. Then you only said it is easy. Okay. So listen here. I'm gonna tell one shortcut for you. Lot of people saying it is easy for all and also. See, there is a small formula to remember to do the PR. Of course, the people who felt it is very difficult, I am saying for those people. Okay. So here, if we can go and see on the pull request, I'll tell only one single shortcut. The shortcut is wherever you are seeing the green button, click on green button. Don't look for any options. The only option you want to check is wherever the green button is available, click on the green button. I'll tell you. Okay. First of all, select the branch name. First of all, are you seeing green color button here? Click on green button. And which branch you want to compare? I want to compare DTH for example, let's say. Okay. Now click on green button. Again, click on green button. Now next. Wait for the green button. Are you seeing green button? Click on green button. Again, confirm merge. Now automatically, if you can go and check, is it merged or not, sir? This is how it is going to work. Again, what is the shortcut for pull request? Wherever you are seeing the green button, click on the green button. Now again, let's do one more time for the greater visibility. So click on pull request. Where you need to click on? Fine. Now next here, go and select which branch? Recharge. After that, green button again. Again, green button. Next, what you need to wait for? Green button. Confirm. Automatically is the merging done or not, sir? So this is the way how exactly you are going to do the pull request. So what is the small formula here? Now is it clear for all of you? That's it. So, sir, I am so lazy. So tell the shortcut. Even basically, I am too very lazy. That is the reason I haven't said. Fine. You know, like there is a quotation called the laziest people are more creative people. Is that correct? How many of you say? A lot of you people say, na? I like raise your hands, man. Okay, a lot of you people believe the lazy people are more creative. You know Elon Musk? Is he creative or not? Do you know how many hours he is sleep in a day? 7. It's not, man. 6 hours not, 4 hours only. Once upon a time, he used to sleep only 2 hours per day. When the SpaceX got launched the rocket, right? He straightforwardly sent the rocket, and the same rocket he relaunched to the ground again. At that time, he used to sleep only 1 to 2 hours per day. And you know, like Mark Zuckerberg, right? How much time he sleep? 5.5 hours mostly. And Amazon CEO, Jeff Bezos, mostly 5.5 hours to 6 hours. Now, if these people are lazy, aren't they creative? So there are some bullshit quotations which is gonna change a lot of your perception. Okay, don't believe on that quotes. These are really bullshit questions. Okay, I'm just telling you. Okay, so basically laziness is gonna be good thing for some activities, but not for all the times. Okay. Now tell me. Now again, how many of you are going to believe laziness is the shortcut for creativity? Are you gonna believe? No. See, creativity is different. Hard work is different. Both we cannot combine. There are a lot of people who is working very hard without any creativity. I'll tell you one thing. Just think logically. If you work hard, lot of people will tell work hard, you are going to success. Correct. How many of you are going to believe on it? Lot of you people. Huh? Okay, I'll ask you a question. Let's take the jungle. You know how many hours a donkey will work? 18 hours a day. But if you see the line will work only 2 hours per day. That is only for hunting. So if hard work is the key for success, donkey need to be the king of jungle, right? Think logically. Let's pick reality checks. If hard work is the key for the success, who need to be the king of jungle? Donkeys. And you know, the laziest animal of all the animal kingdom will be pandas. Pandas even don't know what is the purpose of their life. Guys, I'm telling truth only. If you go and check any panda caves, actually, to take care of the pandas, there will be separate team like in lot of the zoos. If you go and see, they don't know what is the purpose of living. Basically, pandas need to eat the flesh of the animals, but instead of eating the flesh, what they eat, you know, they eat the plants. What they will eat? Plants. Okay, so laziness and hard work is nothing. The only thing you need to have is passion. What you need to have? If you are lazy, that's okay. If you are hard work, that is also okay. But the only thing that I want all of to have is passion. If you are passionate enough, it doesn't matter how lazy you are, and doesn't matter how hard work you are going to be. Okay, so try to be passionate what you're working on. Currently you are working on DevOps only, so try to be passionate. Invest some more time on you, just only 2 hours per day. Okay, but again, don't believe these kind of bullshit things. Huh? Laziness is the key for motivation, and hard work is the key for the success. It's not gonna happen. Okay, that's it. Okay, again, come back to the topic here. So currently where we are now? In the pull request. So this section is done. So again, let me recap what exactly we have seen. So in the first part of the session, we seen the what is the meaning of git clone. What is git clone here? Download the source code from GitHub to Git, and 4 keys to download the code from one GitHub account to another GitHub account. But this will be applicable. Clone and fork will be applicable for the public. But if I want to do the private repos, for private repos, we need to have the username and token. This both we need to give. Otherwise, we cannot able to fork it. And coming to the concept of merge, what is merge here? Merge the files between one branch to another branch, okay, or two different branches. And again, rebase also same purpose. But coming to the differences, what are the differences? Merge will be applicable for the public repos, but rebase will be for private. And merge will store the history. Rebase will not store the entire history. Merge will show the files, but rebase will not show the files. Sir, whatever the changes you have done, are these changes going to replicate to GitHub? Even though those both are interlinked, those both are connected, changes will not be replicated. So if I want to do the merging in the GitHub itself, which concept I need to go for? PR. PR stand for pull request. At the end of the day, developer write the code and they will send the PR to the manager. Now manager will check the code. If the code is done, then he is gonna merge. Otherwise, he is not gonna merge it. So what is the shortcut for PR here? Hey, green color, man. You forget, huh? Fine. So the next concept will be Git revert concept. Which concept? But before I go for the next concept, first of all, let's go for doubts and queries still here. Okay, why? Because for every 5 to 10 minutes, I'll take feedback from you. So it is clear or not. So in these concepts, whatever we discussed, if it is clear, it's okay. Or if it is not clear, we will take 5 minutes for doubts and query session. Then again, I can go for the next session. I mean, like next topic. So offline and online, if anyone is having query on this part, please feel free to ask me the doubt. So I'll give you a couple of minutes of time for you. So let's check for the doubts. So it's from Durga sir. Can you please explain the clone I joined 5 minutes later due to network issue? Okay. And Vikram, is it possible to create pull requests to terminal? Basically, we can do everything from the UI only, Vikram. Okay. Whatever the activities you will do, everything from the GitHub point of view, you need to go and check with the GUI only. So Durga, it's for you. So she is asking me to explain what is Git clone. For example, see Durga, in the GitHub, we have the code. Okay. I push this source code from my local laptop to the GitHub. Unfortunately, I lost my local laptop. Now still source code is on my GitHub. If I take any other laptop, still I can get the source code from the GitHub with the help of the concept called Git clone. That means downloading the source code from GitHub to the local laptop. That is what exactly we can call as Git clone itself. I hope it is clear for you, Durga. And a question from Rajesh. Sir, if any file name same in different branches, will they merge? No, basically there is a concept called merge conflict, Rajesh, which we are going to see in the next session. Don't worry, in the next class, I'm going to show you what is merge conflict and how to resolve it. It's the upcoming session. Fine. Okay. So now we can see the concept called git revert. Which one? Forgot about git revert. What is revert in general? Revert. To get back, right? For example, if you go and check, sir, previously you merged the movies branch, train branch, DTH branch, and recharge. All of these branches you merged with which branch? Master. Now, unfortunately, I merged them by mistakenly. Now I want to get that file back. What are the branches you merged now? Unfortunately, you merged the branches. Okay. So now you done a mistake. You want to get that files back. In that case, what you can do is we can use the concept called git revert concept. Which concept? Currently, I'm on which branch? Master. Are you seeing the recharge code here? Sir, by default, like unintentionally, I merged this branch. Okay, I done a mistake now. Now I realized now. I want to get these files back. So what exactly you can do is you can use the concept called git revert. But again, here you can get it out. Sir, if you want to remove that files, can't we use rm command? Even though if I use rm command, recharge files will go on or not, sir? Then why to use git revert? Think logically. You can remove the files by using rm command, but what is the purpose of using revert? Correct. Hold on, your answer. It's correct. Now you tell me, remaining people. Little bit louder. We don't want to. Okay, clear. Then next. I'm not able to get your voice actually. Okay. That is our intention now. We want to remove the files from previous branch. Sorry. That is our intention. We want to remove the recharge files. No. Understand the logic very clearly. See, I'll explain what exactly we need to do now. It is my master branch. Which branch? Master. With the master branch, I measure lot of branches. But for example, let's take the recharge branch. Which branch? So I measured the recharge branch by mistakenly. Now what happened? I want to remove the files what I measured from the recharge branch. From the recharge branch, I measured only recharge files only. Now I want to remove them. I can use rm command. But instead of using rm command, why to use git revert concept? That's what the question. The answer is very simple. See, when you merge lot of files, how can you remember the file names? If you have some hundreds of files, you measured the hundreds of files, but you don't know which file you merged. You don't know the file name. Without knowing the file name, how can you remove them? Here, simply we can understand recharge files are on recharge branch. But in real time, you have the different file names. When you have different file names, can you be able to remember all the files names? That means it is not practically possible to remove the branches. That is the reason, it is not practically possible to remember the files and remove the files manually. That is the reason why we can use the command called revert. If I use the command called git revert, so which branch I want to remove the files now? From recharge branch. So now automatically a file will be open like this. Now the only thing is exit from the file. Don't do anything. What is the command to exit? Only exit. Q. Now if I give LL, are you seeing the recharge files here? They have removed or not, sir? In the same way, unfortunately, I merged the DTH files now. Now again, I want to remove them. I want to merge the files that which is on master branch now. See, I have a master branch. In this master branch, I merged the files from the DTH branch. Which branch? Now I want to remove all the files that has been merged from DTH branch to the master. So whenever, if you want to remove the files, what you merged previously, we can use the concept called git revert. So use the command git revert, and which branch you want to revert. Now again, a file will open just to close this file. Now if we go and give LL, are you able to see the files gone or not, sir? So in a simple meaning, if we go and understand the meaning of revert, use it to revert the files what we merged. That means revert means get back. That means previously which files you merged. If you want to get that files back, so in that case, you can use the concept called revert. No, sir, we want other simplistic meaning. You can use a meaning called to undo merging. To undo merge, we can use revert. You can also tell like this. Is it clear for you now? Sir, again, I want to remove the files which I merged from train branch to master. Which command I need to use? Just now only said I want to remove the files what I merged from train branch. Git revert. Which branch I want to revert? So if I revert train branch, train files will go from my current branch. Oh, wait, hit enter and just to close this file, you can see the files of train has been removed. The reason why we are not using rm command is we cannot remove the file names. That is the reason we need to go and give the command revert. So is the concept of revert clear for all of you now? Online, can you please confirm, is the revert concept clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm in chat box once? Okay, clear. And one more thing I want to tell for all of you is, so from tomorrow onwards, your class will start at 4:30 only. So till now, demos done, right? For the demos, class will start at exactly 4:40 or 4:45 sometimes. Why? Because there is a lot of checking process going to happen. That is the reason for the demos, we started our session at 4:40 or 4:45. But from tomorrow, exactly at 4:30, we are going to start the session. So online and offline, so both try to come to the class in the time itself. Fine. Okay, sir. Now again a question. Currently, where you reverted the files? In Git or GitHub? Is it going to replicate to GitHub? No. Sure? Pakka. Let's go and check. Go and check here. If I click on refresh, are these files reverted here? Why these files are not reverted? Because whatever the actions you performed on Git will not replicate to the. Similarly, whatever the actions you performed on GitHub will not replicate to the. But even though these two are interlinked. Fine. Sir, you shown us how to revert the branches from the Git. But I want to revert the branches from GitHub. Is it possibly practical? Of course, it is practically possible. See, previously you merged the recharge branch to the master. That is the reason you are able to see the recharge source code. Now I don't want this source code. Unfortunately, I merged. So in that case, how you are going to revert? See guys, this is going to be very easy. Click on the drop down. If you click on the drop down, are you seeing the branches here? Click on view all branches. What you need to click on? So I want to revert which branch? In the recharge branch, okay, if you scroll right side, you can see the pull request. Is in the pull request. What is the meaning of pull request? Adding the branches. So if you click on this pull request, okay, but before go and click, let me take a duplicate tab for all of you. Why? Because I want to show the number of active branches. Currently here, what is the number of active branches we are having? But you can get a new branch now. See, in the recharge branch, you can scroll right side and you can place the cursor on the pull request. Now click on this pull request. The moment if you click on this pull request, you can see an option called revert. Are you seeing revert? Click on this revert. Automatically, now if you go to the branch called master, in the master, is the recharge files gone or not, sir? Is it gone or not? No, that means is reverting done properly. My question for you is reverting done properly or not? It is done. It is done. Of course, after refreshing also, these files will not got. But here the reverting is done. See, after refreshing also, I can still the recharge files. Why? Because see, there is a new branch created called recharge for DTH. Previously, how many branches you are having? 5. Now, how many branches? Now, let's go for this recent branch. In this recent branch, you cannot see the recharge code. Are you able to see? Basically, recharge will done, but it is gonna create a new branch. In master branch, files will not go. Okay. What the Git will do, GitHub, it will create a new branch without having the recharge source code. Sir, similarly, I want to revert the DTH now. What I want to revert? Currently, how many branches I'm having? Now, if I click on all branches again, view all branches. Okay. So here you can go for DTH. In the DTH, are you seeing the pull request here? Click on this pull request. In this pull request, are you seeing revert? Now, if I done revert here, now again, what will happen, in the master branch, still the DTH file will be visible. Are you seeing the master branch here? Still DTH is there or not, sir? But you can see the new branch. How many branches are there? 7. If you can click on this drop down, you can see the revert branch. In the revert branch, are you seeing DTH files anymore? This is the logic. In Git, revert will be applicable directly. In Git, revert will be applicable, but in GitHub, revert will be creating the new branch. In the existing branch, file will not be removed. But whatever the branch that is going to create newly, in that newly created branch, these files are going to be removed. So is the concept of reverting clear for all of Online, can you please confirm me, is the concept of revert clear for all of you or not? Clear. What is the logic point you need to understand? If you are doing reverting on GitHub, it is gonna create a new branch, but in the existing branch, files will be there itself. Correct. So this is the concept of the Git revert. So is the concept of revert clear for all of That's it. So we have seen what is cloning. Next, we have seen what is forking. Then later, what we have seen? Merge and like some rest of the topics. And one more thing here to understand is, guys, basically, after revert, you need to check the branches here. Totally now, how many number of branches I'm having here? 7 branches. Correct. So now you might get it out. Sir, for example, if I go to my local, if I give the command, git to branch, how many branches are there? How many? 5. So, my question is, sir, for example, if I remove a branch called recharge, can I revert that branch? Yes, of course I can. I can do it. Even though if you delete the branch on the local from the GitHub, you have the branch. You can directly recall that branch. Let me show you. But before deleting, let me show how to rename the branch. Okay. So give the command git branch -m. -m means modify. I am modifying the branch called movies with name ABC. Now if I go and see, movies branch is going to rename with, is it renamed to ABC? No. Only branch name will change, but files will remain same. Content also going to be remain same. Similarly, I want to rename the branch ABC with Raham. Tell me the command. Git branch -m ABC with Raham itself. Now go ahead and check here. Git branch. Are you seeing ABC here anymore? No. Why? Because that is replaced with the Raham. Sir, again, I want to bring my original name back. I want to rename Raham with the movies. Now tell me the command. Git branch -m Raham with movies. Hit enter. Now go ahead and check the command. Are you seeing movies branch now? Like this, you can rename the branch. For example, sir, the same thing I want to do on GitHub. How can I do? It is very easy. If you want to perform any operation on the branches, click on the drop down, go for view all branches. Okay. Here you can see the option to rename. For example, what is the name of the branch here? Recharge branch. Which branch? If I want to rename this branch, are you seeing 3 dots here? You can see something called as rename. Are you able to see it? In the renaming section, now the current branch is going to be recharge. I'm going to replace with the Raham itself. Click on rename the branch. Now instead of recharge, you are going to see the branch name Raham. Let me click on refresh. Now you can see it. Are you seeing Raham branch now? So you can do renaming in the both levels. You can do it on the Git level as well as you can do it on the GitHub level. Again, if I want to get my original name back, again click on rename. Instead of Raham, what I want to replace now? Recharge. So is the concept of renaming the branch clear for all of you? Okay. Sir, for example, you shown how to rename the branch, but how to retrieve the removed branch. For example, I'll remove a branch. How to retrieve that branch? Concept is very easy. Give the command git branch -d. -d stands for delete. What is -d? I want to remove train branch. Now you can see the branch train got deleted. The branch train got. What is the command here we have used? Git branch -d. -d for delete. And what is the name of the branch I'm deleting? Train. Now list the branches. Are you seeing the train branch here? Then how can I retrieve? There is nothing special command. Go to the command directly, git checkout. Which one? Git checkout train. Sir, do you have train branch? Even though if I don't have train branch, automatically I'll be going to the train branch. And are you seeing the files of train or not, sir? If you delete the branch, if you directly check out, automatically the branch will come back. Again, let me explain one more time. For example, I want to delete a branch called recharge. Are you seeing recharge branch? What is the command to delete? Git branch -d recharge. Is the recharge branch gone now? How can I ensure that my recharge branch got removed? By using the command. Is it listing or not, sir? Now I want to get that branch back. Simply use checkout command. Don't do anything. Git checkout recharge. Now currently you are on which branch here? Are you seeing the recharge code? Like this. So in this way, directly after deleting the branch, you can directly go and check out. Sir, if I try to delete this branch one more time, is it going to happen or not, sir? Is the command correct? But operation fail. Command is correct, but the operation will fail. Why? Because currently we are in which branch? Sir, can we cut our own branch? Currently we are on recharge. I cannot remove the current branch. Why? Because I'm a recharge branch only. So if you want to remove the current branch, go to any other branch and remove this branch. In interview, they will ask on a scenario based. How to remove your current branch? By default, what you say? To delete the branch means Raham sir said git branch -d. Ah, sir, git branch -d, name of the branch. Command is correct only, but is it logically applicable? No, why? Because the current branch will not be deleted. That's it. So guys, you need to careful. Like I am telling this for experienced people who are going with experience. Sometimes question will be on indirect way. Which way? So they won't ask the straightforward point. They will ask the question on the scenario based. For example, I'll tell a small example. What is the value of 2 plus 2? 4. What is the value of 3 plus 1? 4. So I said 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. But if you go to company, they will ask you what is the value of 1 plus 4. What is the value? 5. I teach you how to do additions. Okay. But whenever if you go for interview, sir, whatever you said, they are not asking, they're asking some different values. Is it a valid point? No. So the major intention of me is to, it doesn't matter whether you get the question in a direct way or indirect way, you need to answer all of the questions. Okay. So sometimes in our classes, I'm going to ask the scenario based questions. Why? Because if I start teaching you how to understand the scenarios, answering the questions will be very easy for you and working also going to be very, very easy for you. That is the reason I am introducing the scenario based concepts for all of you. That's it. Sir, same thing. If I want to delete the branch from GitHub, can I delete? Are you seeing direct option right here? You can go and click on delete. Once again. See, you can go and click on the delete symbol. Is the branch gone or not? Sir, again, how to get this branch back now? Are you seeing the option now? If you click on this option, again, this will come back. Again, if I delete, it will be gone. Again, if I click on this symbol, it is gonna come back. But in real time, what happened, we don't have permission to remove the branches. We don't have permission to remove the. Why? Because there is a concept called BPR. Which concept? The full form of BPR is nothing but branch protection rules. Which one? For every branch, what exactly you are seeing on the GitHub, okay, we are going to enable the protection rule for it. If I enable the protection rule for the branch, you cannot able to delete. Basically, I means our managers and team leaders will enable these rules. But don't worry, here I'm going to show you how to enable the branch protection rules. It is very straightforward point to understand. If you go to the 3 dots, you can go and see here view rules. If you can see this one, there are no rules set to associated with the current branch. That means if you want to delete this branch, you can directly delete. Why? Because there is no any rules applicable for this branch. But sir, I want to protect my branch from accidental termination. That means if somebody try to remove that branch, I want to restrict that action. How can you do it? Go to the settings option here. In the setting option, you can see something called as branches. Are you seeing the branches? In the branches, are you seeing the protection rule here? In the protection rule, click on add branch rule set. So here, I'm gonna give branch rule set name is gonna be, for example, I'm taking this is for master branch. So name I'm giving it as master only. So currently the enforcement status will be active. So target branch means you want to give this rule for which branch in the add target section. Sir, like I want to include this for all the branches. Of course, name though here I have given master. Okay, it is the name of the rule actually. It's not the branch name. Of course, here I can give rule 1 also for your more clarity. So enforcement I have given active. So coming to the target branches, I want to give this for all the branches. Are you seeing include all branches? Click on here. Now you can see something called as restrict deletion. By default, it is going to be enabled. Are you seeing it now? The moment if I enable this one, so click on create. Now automatically if anybody want to try to delete that branch, it is not going to happen. So for that purpose, definitely we need to give the password for the confirmation. Once if I give the password, now if I go back to the branches, now even though if I try to delete them, it is not going to happen. Let me go and show you. Go to the code and click on the drop down. Are you seeing all branches? Now I try to remove the recharge branch. Click on delete. What is happen? You can't delete this protected branch. So in this way, our team managers and team leads are going to enable the protection rules. So definitely these rules, whatever we are gonna setting, this need to be enabled. Why? Because see, unfortunately, if we hire a fresher, intentionally or unintentionally, he delete the branch, what will happen? Entire source code will be lost or not, sir? So definitely in real time, all your actions are going to be limited by the permission level. If you go to the company will not give all kind of permission to work. They will give only some set of permissions. Okay. So in this way, we can be able to enable the branch protection rule. So again, if you go back to the settings, now you can click on the branches. Okay. So if you want to remove that branch protection rule, so in that case, even though if you want to remove, you can remove that one also. If you go to here, are you seeing the rules here? In the rule set, currently, are you seeing the rule here? You can go here in the 3 dots. You can see something called as delete. Now, if I delete that one, am I able to remove like my current branches? No. Let's go and check that one also. Go back to the code. From the code, you need to go to all branches. Now I try to remove the branch called recharge. Is it gone now? You can see delete and no. So again, just revert this back. So in this way, these branch protection rules are gonna save the branches from accidental termination. So is the concept of BPR clear for all of you know? What is BPR? Branch protection rules. Why we need to use them? To restrict the user from to delete the branches. That's it. Okay. And the last concept of today's session is gonna be git restore. It is very small command. See, if I give the command git status, how many files are untracked here? Every file is tracked. There is no untracked file. I'll create a file called Raham file. Which file? I'm gonna add this file. So if I give the command called git status, currently the file is on which area? Tracked or untracked? Untracked. Why? Because here I have given the file one. So I need to give which file here? Raham. So now if I go and check, what is the status? Sir, unfortunately, I tracked the file. Unfortunately, I tracked the file. Now, if I don't want to track them, I want to get that file back. In that case, I can use the concept called git restore concept. Which concept? Simply copy this command, git restore and name of the file. What is the file I want to revert back? Now, if I go back, currently it is on which status? Untracked. Now, again, I'll track it. Give the command git add name of the file. Now give the command git status. Currently it is on which status again? Tracked. Sir, again I want to untrack. Give the command git restore -- staged. What is the file you want to untrack? Raham. Now from tracking area to, it is gonna be going to the untracked. Is it gonna be untracked file now? So the command will be git restore command. Which command? So here you have this command. So git restore command is to untrack the tracked file. So the command will be git restore and name of the file. Basically, we have one more concept called git rm command also. Git rm command can do the same. Let me explain this command also. Like it is an alternative command. So currently you can go and check what is the status of my file. Let me track. Git add name of the file. So now again it become tracked file. So give the command git rm -- cached. And what is the name of the file? Again it came back to now untracked. So in this way you can be able to untrack the tracked files. And one of the advantages, unfortunately, if you delete the file with the help of the git restore command, you can get back the removed files also. Let me show that one also. Let me track the file first of all. Give the command git add. What is the name of the file? Currently Raham file is on tracked mode or untracked mode? rm-rf name of the file. Is the Raham file gone or not, sir? Are you able to see Raham file here? But if I use the command git restore, huh? What is the name of the file you want to restore? Are you getting Raham file now? So this restore command will be helpful on two different ways. One is to untrack the tracked file, and second one is to, this command is to recover the deleted file. So, and for restoring, you have alternate command will be git rm. So this is the concept for today's session. So is the concept clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm, is the concept clear for all of you know? Like whatever we discussed on today's session. If it is clear, we can go for the interview questions now. Okay. So already we said after session, so 20 minutes will be completely interaction part. So let's go and check the interview questions now. So in the interview question, the first one will be, what is the difference between clone versus fork? Tell me what is the difference between them? Clone is to download the repository from GitHub to Git, and fork is to download the repository from one account to, correct. What is the difference between merge versus rebase? Merge will be for public repo, rebase will be for first one. Second one, merge will store the entire history, but rebase will not store the entire history. And merge will show the number of files that we added, but rebase will not show the number of files. Now, what is the difference between merge and revert? Merge will add the files between two branches, and revert will remove the files between two branches. Okay, and this pull versus fetch we haven't seen now. So this is the concept of tomorrow session. What is pull and what is fetch? Okay. So that's it, the session for today's session. I mean, like today's topics. So now, before going for doubts and queries, first of all, how's the class for all of you today? Is the class clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm me how's the class for all of you today? Can you please confirm in chat box once? Okay, fine. So it was clear from all of you. That was great to hear. And sir, what about the troubleshooting question? So Adil Rashid, your troubleshooting majorly start from the Jenkins itself. Okay, don't worry. From the Jenkins, I'm going to teach you like how to troubleshoot the issues. And whatever the issues you are getting from Git, again, these kind of issue we are also going to see from Jenkins itself only. Fine. So now we have a lot of time to discuss your doubts and queries. Now, if you are having any queries or today's topic, so online you can raise your hands and offline you can go ahead with the doubts and queries. Yep. Comment too. If you commit the file, if you don't want to commit that, again, if you want to bring back to like staging area, just modify the file. If you modify any committed file, again, it will come back to the staging area only. For example, let me show you. Here, what is the status of this file? Raham. It is tracked. What I'll do is I'll commit this one. Git commit -m. Name of the commit will be ABC, for example. And file name will be. Now, if you can go and see, completely all the files are committed. Why? Because you can see there is nothing to commit. But what I do in the Raham file, I'm going to modify something here. I'm just modifying here. The moment if you modify the committed file, again, this file will become untracked file. Are you seeing modified here? This is the way how to uncommit the committed file. If you modify, again, it is gonna come back to the previous state itself. Starting from tomorrow, we will continue Git or with a new topic. Now, basically, we will take one more session for the Git and GitHub. Then later we can go for Maven. Okay, then again, we come back to the Jenkins. Okay, it is a flow actually for Suvin. And coming to the queries from online. So first query is from Adil Rashid. Rashid, I'm going to unmute you so you can speak now. You can go ahead, Rashid. I give the unmute option for you. And give me 1 second, guys, in the meanwhile.
That's sir.
Yeah, hello, Rashid. You can go ahead.
Yes, as in today's session, you told us about the protection. How
Yes.
if a new in DevOps engineer come in the company, as he can treat any branch. So as after you give the protection to that file, to that branch, sir, if we want to delete a branch without removing the permission from the settings, sir, okay,
So
sir?
basically, we don't have
Then
the permission to remove branch, Adil. So in real time, I'll tell you one thing: we will never touch the source code actually. Okay, why? Because
okay,
source code will be entirely hand out to the developers only. Okay, so if we get any kind of issue in the build, we are going to intimate them and they will change the source code. Okay, but otherwise, you don't have any kind of permission to see the GitHub repo itself in the real time organization.
okay, so that
Okay.
was what I was thinking. If we
Yep.
have to delete the file, do I
No,
need?
we don't have any kind of permission for it, Adil, as a DevOps
Oh,
engineer. Okay,
okay, sir. Okay.
thank you. And give me a second. Mallikarjuna, we haven't started any AWS concepts here, so don't worry about AWS. It is like the upcoming decision for you. Yep. Okay, so you can drop off. This class is continuation of DevOps. So basically, Chandana, like already we done with the DevOps itself. I mean, sorry, demo itself. So we started the DevOps with the Git itself. Okay, so currently we are on the Git. And next question is from Sushmita Reddy. So Sushmita, you can go ahead now. Kranti Sushmita.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Sushmita, you can speak now.
Hello, sir.
Sushmita, I'm not able to hear
Hello,
you.
sir.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Sir, now it is audible.
Still also, I'm not getting your voice, Sushmita.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Wait, let
Hello,
me change
sir.
the settings. Last option I can see. Can you speak now, Sushmita, one more time? I mean, I'm getting some low voice from your end.
Yeah, sir. Now,
Yeah, it's fine now.
good
Please go
evening,
ahead.
sir. Yeah, sir. For creating AWS account, actually, I don't have any credit card and debit card. I have only one card. But is there any option to create AWS account without using cards?
No, definitely. See, guys, if you want to create AWS account, you
Hello.
must need to have the card. So if you don't have the card, what is the alternative? Use your friend's card or use your friend's account. Okay.
Oh.
So make some new friends here.
Okay.
For example, if you don't have AWS account, na, make them friend, give them a chocolate and take their account. That is the only option what you can do. So Sushmita, definitely you need to have the card itself. Okay. If you don't have your card, you can use any of your like parents'
Yes,
card or
sir.
like any other.
And
Fine.
oh,
And one more thing is like till now, how many of you created your AWS accounts? Only few. What about remaining people? बाद में create करते. So guys, without creating AWS account, you cannot practice in the console. So definitely need to create the AWS account. So try to create these accounts as soon as possible. Okay. And Akshita sir, can you give me some of the notes to revise what are the topics we covered so far? So Akshita, whatever the topics we have covered till now, everything is given to the Google Classroom itself. So please take the Google Classroom access from the admin. And one more thing guys, if you fill the Google Sheet, whatever our admins are giving, you will be getting the Google Classroom access. If you paid the money, but if you still haven't got the Google Classroom access, please ping to admin. They are going to send you the link. So please mention your details on that link. So we will be sending the Google Classroom link for you. Fine. Sir, are we done with Linux sessions or can we expect upcoming days? So guys, your Linux session is going to be start on 18. No, upcoming like 18. That means exactly a week after you are going to have the Linux classes separately. Okay, that is completely free of cost. You are going to get the Linux class for 40 days. That is again some different timing for you. You can join on that session. So Chandana, like I will recommend you to contact our admin Praveen once. Why? Because like, so definitely, what are the recordings we have done till now? So he's gonna provide for you. Guys. Yeah, good evening. Yeah. And one more thing is already we said, right? So we have the lab mentors here. So if you go to the lab, so these are our mentors. Okay. So if you go and if you practice your doubts and queries on the lab, so these people are going to help for you. So these are going to share a word with you. Yes. On the DevOps and AWS. Come to lab and start morning 9 to evening 7. Come to lab and practice. Now start practice. Started. It's Git now. Help you to solve your doubts. If you have any queries, also come to us and we will solve your queries. Bring your own laptop. There is a free Wi-Fi. The lab is start floor. So guys, I will recommend everyone to go to the lab session. Why? Because see, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how many days you came to the class. The only matter is how many days you practiced here. If I set the class here, all of you are able to remember the class. But tomorrow, if you come to the class, now everything will be new for you. So definitely, I will recommend all of you go to the lab. So our mentors are there to help you for all your doubts and queries. And even though I'm gonna come to the lab in the upcoming days for you, so we'll meet in the lab sessions. Okay. So your lab timing will be from morning 8 to till 6. That means you can come before the class and you can go after the class also. But I'll recommend everyone to come to lab at 2 p.m. Why? Because at that time you can get the free essay also. That is one of the advantage. Fine. And for online, we are going to provide the Zoom link for you. So in that Zoom link, you can join and we can book a slot with the mentor. So these people are going to help you for the practical part. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Fine. And here next query is from Akil Mohammed. Akil, you can go ahead, Akil.
Hello, can you hear me?
So guys, some silence, please. I'm not able to hear them.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Akil, you can go ahead now.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, please speak. Akil, I'm able to hear you.
Yes, yes. I have two questions to ask. Like the restore and RM are having the same functionality. So
Okay.
what's the difference when can we use?
Basically, restore command will work when you install Git only.
Okay.
Is it clear for you now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And similarly, like merge and rebase, you says merge is for the public repos and
Yeah.
rebase for the private repos. Can we interchangeably use? When we say-
Basically, you can use rebase for public repos also. That's completely fine. Okay. But the
Oh.
major difference is history. Merge will
History,
store
yeah.
the history, but rebase cannot store it. That is the primary difference.
Right, I got it.
Correct.
Thank you.
Fine. And one more thing, guys, all of you need to create your LinkedIn accounts. How many of you are having LinkedIn accounts here? Raise your hands. LinkedIn. Everyone is having LinkedIn, huh? How many connections you are having? 20, 30, 50, 12, huh? Next. 150. 250. How many followers you are having on Instagram? Guys, I am telling you one thing. By the end of this course, your target for LinkedIn will be 3000 connections. How many? Getting 3000 connections in LinkedIn is going to be very, very easy. I'm going to tell some tips for all of you. Why? Because see, if you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile, the primary function you want to do is just to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes in a day for LinkedIn. Only 5 to 10 minutes. You can spend hours in Instagram and hours in Snapchat and hours in WhatsApp also. But the LinkedIn required only 5 to 10 minutes. Whatever the content I'm teaching for you now, you practice that content and post the content in the LinkedIn itself. That's enough to get the LinkedIn connections. But remember, your target need to be 3000. Why? Because the reason I'm telling for you is, if you go for any of the company, they will ask you 2 accounts, 2 profiles we need to share. Profile number 1 will be your LinkedIn profile. Profile number 2 will be your GitHub. Already I shown you my GitHub profile and I'm gonna give the same GitHub profile for you. So how exactly my profile is looking, the same amount of profile I'm gonna share for you also. But what you need to do is, first of all, if you don't have LinkedIn account, just please go and create the LinkedIn account. Again, I'll take some separate session for you, how to build the LinkedIn profile. Okay, and how to optimize your connections. See, for example, if you are already having your LinkedIn accounts, the only thing I want to tell for you is, see, go to your LinkedIn profile here. I'll just give a glimpse like how to optimize your profile. Okay. Oh, wait, it's got stopped here. Wait. So if you go to the home path here, in the home path itself, now you can go ahead and check. See, whatever you are practiced here, you can go and you can start a post. But before that, whatever the background cover page you are using for the LinkedIn, it's going to be very, very mandatory. So here I mentioned the tools, same template, whatever the template that I designed, same template I'm going to give it for you also. Not now, in the upcoming days, I'm going to give for you. But if anyone haven't created the LinkedIn account, just go and create it for you. For example, say, if you want to connect with the DevOps engineers, go for the search box and type here DevOps engineers. If you type here DevOps engineers, now you can go for the connections. Let me go ahead and see the connections here. Are you seeing the people here? In the people section, now you can go and you can click on connect. That's it. Now, if you click on connect, automatically they are going to accept the request. So like this, definitely you are going to send the friend request connection for them. The reason why I'm mentioning this point is lot of the HRs and lot of the people who is hiring for fresher. So these people are expecting you to have a good LinkedIn profile as well as good GitHub also. If anyone haven't created this one, so please try to create as soon as possible. I'm here to help you how to build your LinkedIn community. Is it clear for all of you? That's it. So still any queries, guys? We have 3 minutes left and one query from Durga. Wait. So Durga, your query is, sir, we have one branch. In that branch, we have few files we merged into the master mentioning branch name. Then all these files in the branch will be merged, but I have merged only few files in one branch. So Durga, whatever the doubt you have asked, there is a concept called cherry pick. In the cherry pick concept, what exactly you are asking me? So the same concept I'm going to repeat there itself. 46. Okay. Sir, what about those on LinkedIn who are saying that 2026 DevOps is going to end? I am hearing this word from last 4 years. Years are passing, but DevOps is not ending. Guys, I'll tell you one thing. DevOps will not end. DevOps will evolve. Evolving is different. Ending is different. Okay. DevOps will try to bring the new changes. It will try to bring the new tools into the market. Okay. But DevOps is not going to end. Why? Because if DevOps ends into the market, how will the application releases? Or tell me one thing. Is there any best methodology that we are having apart from DevOps? Of course, we have. Even though we have same DevOps tools we are using there also. You might heard about SRE, Site Reliability Engineering. In SRE also we use same tools. You might heard about platform engineering, but again, tools will be look similar only. So don't worry about the DevOps. DevOps is not gonna end. It is gonna evolve. So don't believe on that kind of post, Rashid, I can say. Fine. Okay then. So that's it for today's session, guys. Let's meet on tomorrow's class with some new topic, and try to join on Telegram channel. Why? Because that is the place where you are going to get the upcoming updates as well as for your doubts and queries also. That is the platform what you're going to use in the upcoming days. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye all.